There was a young man who lived in a small village. From the outside, his life looked simple and peaceful, but inside, his mind was never still. Thoughts came to him the moment he woke up. Worries about the future, regrets about the past, conversations that never happened, mistakes that could not be undone. Even when he sat quietly, his mind felt like a storm that would not rest. One day, tired of carrying this invisible weight, he decided to visit a wise Zen teacher who lived beyond the hills. When he arrived, the young man bowed and said, "Master, my mind never stops. It thinks all day. It thinks all night. Even when nothing is wrong, it finds something to worry about. How do I make it quiet?" The teacher looked at him kindly and said, "Come with me." They walked together to an old well behind the temple. The teacher picked up a small cup and filled it with water. He placed it gently into the young man's hands. "Hold this," the teacher said, "and follow me." They began to walk along a narrow path. The ground was uneven. Small stones and roots lay in the way. The young man focused deeply on the cup. He watched the water carefully. He adjusted his steps. He tried not to spill even a single drop. After a while, the teacher stopped. "Tell me," he asked softly, "while you were walking, were you thinking about your past? Were you worrying about your future?" The young man paused, surprised. "No," he said, "I was only thinking about this cup." The teacher smiled. That is the secret. When your mind is filled with worries, it is not because something is wrong with you. It is because your mind is not anchored in the present. When you give your attention to something real, your breath, your body, your steps, this moment, your thoughts lose their power. The young man looked at the cup in his hands. The water was calm. "So I don't need to fight my thoughts?" he asked. "No," said the teacher. "You only need to stop chasing them." They stood quietly for a moment. The wind moved through the trees. The sound of water echoed from the well. For the first time in a long while, the young man felt a small space inside him, a place where there were no worries, no stories, no noise, only now. He bowed to the teacher, thanked him, and began his journey back to the village. But something had changed. The world was the same, yet his mind was lighter. And whenever his thoughts began to race, he remembered the cup of water and gently returned to the present.